And AI company Anthropic is suing the Pentagon after it designated the company a supply chain risk. President Trump ordered the government to stop using Anthropic's products after the company refused to comply with the government's terms for using AI in the military. The two sides were at odds over Anthropic's red lines on domestic mass surveillance and fully autonomous weapons. Now Anthropic's challenging the administration's move in court, aiming to block its enforcement. A company spokesperson says they're still committed to harnessing AI to protect national security, but, quote, "This is a necessary step to protect our business, our customers, and our partners. We will continue to pursue every path toward resolution, including dialogue with the government." And Axios senior AI reporter Madison Mills is here for more on that story. Madison, thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you.
So Anthropic is challenging this supply chain risk label, saying that it's not an adversary to the United States. So what's the latest on their legal battle and how they're going about this?
Yeah, so Anthropic is saying that this is really a First Amendment issue and that they were just using their First Amendment rights to express disagreement with the government about how the Pentagon specifically wanted to use its technology in mass surveillance and also in the aiding of creating autonomous weapons. The government is saying it's actually not about a First Amendment issue. It's about operational control. The government is saying if we have a contract with a business, we expect to be able to use those products as we want to. For Anthropic, though, it's not about the government not wanting to sign the contract. It's about this supply chain risk, which could have massive implications for their business because every other business that does have a contract with the government would have to cancel their Anthropic contract. So that is a huge potential loss of revenue for Anthropic going forward and a risk.
The company is not commenting on reports that some of its technology has been used in this war with Iran. What do you know about the role AI is playing in this war?
We know that Anthropic's technology was used because we know that other partners that use and rely on Anthropic's technology were definitely used. Palantir, for example, is a huge contractor for the government, and we know Palantir's tech was used. Palantir's technology relies on Anthropic. So in that way, we have that confirmation. In previous situations like this, we've seen Anthropic's tech used for things like surveillance, playing out different scenarios, using the AI and a potential targeting. So we know that it's likely that it was used for that, but obviously the company itself has not confirmed that at this time.
Now, OpenAI ended up striking a deal with the government after this whole back and forth and this fallout with Anthropic. But Sam Altman says OpenAI has the same red lines that Anthropic did. So what's the difference?
Yeah, this has been the part of this story that's been fascinating to cover because OpenAI is alleging that any sort of private information about citizens, that's their red line, whereas Anthropic was saying even public information about citizens, we don't want you using AI to comb through that because just think about like someone's Twitter feed. Like AI could comb through that in seconds, whereas a person, it would take potentially weeks and months to comb through that technology and that sort of digital footprint. So that seems to be the biggest difference here on that red line. OpenAI is saying that it was a very similar red line to Anthropic, but when you look at the contracts, you can tell that there is a little bit of a disconnect there, specifically in how the tech could be used for mass surveillance by the government.
The larger question seems to be who controls how AI is used in the military. Is it the government or is it the companies who develop the technology? Where do you see this going from here in terms of answering that larger question?
Well, this is the key thing here, too, is that when these laws were written about how companies and the government would interact with each other, we obviously didn't have AI and we don't have AI regulation right now. So this could be a really key case and sort of laying the groundwork for what that regulation could look like going forward. This case that's happening with Anthropic right now. People who I've talked to who work in the government say that they shouldn't have, private business controlling what the government does. The people I talk to at the AI labs who are scientists working on this technology are terrified about what it could look like to have the government have free reign with AI technology. So it's really about just kind of having this first wave of regulation. We have none of that right now. So I think that's going to be the key thing to kind of monitor and set the tone going forward.
All right, Madison Mills, great to have you. Thank you.
Thank you.